for our ancillary task, we decided to design one, a digipack, and secondly, instead of a website, we decided to do the magazine ad. So here are two of the ads that I designed. I designed more than just one. This is the first one that I designed, and then this is the second one. The first one that I designed, I kind of designed after looking at a magazine ad for Marina and the Diamonds. I've got that here. I like how it features the artist as the background, as the predominant background. Actually, that's her album cover itself. It's actually promoting just the single, but it's the fact that the image itself of her is quite colourful, and they just use a simple kind of white typography, white for the typography, and also the typography that you see there is what she uses for all of her, for the official her name, and then also that's the same font that's used for the singles cover as well. And also I kind of emulated the information that's also on the bottom. Probably won't be able to see it from here, but on the bottom it says featuring the singles Hollywood, I Am Not a Robot, Oh No, and the new single, I think that's a Champagne, out now on iTunes, and that's what I did with the first one. And that one is actually featured in the magazine, so that's why I kind of put a page number, and this one is for Enemy, and I've kind of got the same thing going on here as well, featuring the single Jealousy, Runaway, Broken Bottles, and these are actually on our back panel of our digipack, and I didn't start designing this until we actually finished it. And from designing the digipack, I kind of got an idea also from that, and also what still, as we're videoing our music video, kind of the themes that I should bring into the magazine ads, and I think it worked that way, design it after and during while we're filming our music video, because once I finished the digipack, obviously I was able to put some of the songs on some of the songs on the playlist there, and then the line afterwards it says, and the new single Nights of Broken Sleep, which is actually the record that we're using, that we rebranded for our music video, and it just says out now on iTunes. So I just kind of emulated the same fashion that the Marina and the Diamonds use, because around their single and for our digipack I also did a white outline, and then I also used white for the font. And as for the typography that I used, I actually got it off a really cool website called thefont.com, which is a free website which you can download fonts, typography for free. And this one kind of stuck out for me because it kind of done like the reverse. I think it reverses the letter N, and also considering the album is actually called Unrest, it's kind of got that twist to it that which our video has, and also the name of the album kind of embodies that and kind of backs that up as well. So I thought, you know, that kind of slight dysfunction to the font was really effective, and I remember showing it to most of our group and they really liked it. So I think that really works considering using white, and then also I really much enlarged the font as well, which was used here for the Marina and the Diamonds. But for the image that was actually used, I actually designed this alongside Mark and kind of just put some finishing touches on it. The image we both selected, and it's an image that we took at, I think Hannah took at her 18th, and it's actually a picture of our artist, which is here at the bottom, and it's kind of like a duplicated image that I kind of distorted using fireworks, some of the blue tints in it. Now, one thing that was said was the fact that you could confuse it for being kind of like electro, kind of dance music, but I thought at the same time you could look at it, and since the name of the album is Unrest, and also one of the effects that we use in our music video, which Hannah did with the candle, is kind of like quite distorted, and the pattern of the candle kind of repeats itself, kind of. So I kind of liked that fashion of that editing that she used, and I kind of wanted to embody that in the first magazine ad. I think it's quite very simple, as the Marina and the Diamonds one is, and you know, not too much time was spent. I think much time was spent on just choosing the right font, and also printed it as well as it would be in a real magazine, A4 size, and also yes, it would be landscape coming out of a magazine like that. So I think I was successful in designing that one, but I kind of felt motivated to design another one, just as I think with when you're doing the graphic design for any kind of promotional material, I think it's good to have kind of like a, you know, more options whereby people can kind of have their opinions, and you know, you can kind of improve some of them. So after designing this one, decided to design a second one, which would be different to this one, which is here. Now, a lot more smaller for the font for Oliver Fox, the name of the artist, and then the name of the album. The image, I'll start off with the image that was used, is actually a photo from that was taken on set of our music video. Unfortunately, we didn't use every shot that we used on that day for the murder scene that we have in our music video. This is one of the performance shots, and I really liked the space in the image, and also I liked the fact that you kind of, in comparison to the first one, you don't even totally see the artist so much, which I do like the mystery kind of that one, but with this one you can kind of see the artist in full. Also you kind of get also his dress sense also fulfills kind of an indie kind of the conventions of indie kind of through his dressing, which is quite, you know, dapper, and kind of got his like tie, his glasses, his red suspenders, and that actually kind of helped with the color scheme, which came back into for some of the typography here. I kind of used that white and the red there to also use here, which I used red outline for the name Oliver Fox, unlike the other one is kind of just plain white. And then Unrest I kind of did in like blood red, which kind of, you know, which is quite significant to also what the name is, which is quite, you know, all to do with like being disturbing, and you know, insomnia or insanity that he feels, which backs up the name of the single, which is Nights of Broken Sleep. And also what I saw in most magazine ads, I think I have another one that I looked at, Green Day. Magazine ads, they kind of variate some of the typography, not so much that it's, you know, too much and too distracting, but they kind of use, you know, about maximum 2 different types of fonts used for their magazine ads. So I kind of wanted to use that for ours, and also sometimes magazine ads also experiments with width and length, and some of them are not, you know, absolutely thick. In this one, in both actually, I variate in thickness. Some of them are, you know, bold, some of them are not bold. Like the information, like debut album, and unlike the other one, it doesn't have a date. This one I kind of use a date for the album. I use the same fashion of like a white outline to kind of just give it some emphasis. for the front cover of the album cover, and then below I actually have kind of critics, which says Enemies album of the year, and giving it 5 stars, and then below with the same kind of white writing, but of this same font, it says featuring hit single Nights of Broken Sleep, out now on iTunes, which is, I think, a very important part of music as well. The fact that a lot of your music is not just buying a physical CD, which is what is an important feature to have on all magazine ads for the digipack or album or single that you're selling, that it's evident and that it's there. I think that's one of the key features that I saw of all magazine ads that I looked at. I looked at a Nirvana one. She has me like a Pisces. Cover photo is very controversial, but that is, you know, a personality trait of the band themselves, and sometimes they don't feature the artist on it. But for ours, because he's a new artist, I felt it was important to have his face for the magazine ads, since his face is not on the actual digipack. So that's a decision that I thought works best when designing it. But for Nirvana, people they were a popular band of their time and still today. But on theirs, they have a picture of the front cover of their album cover. And another thing, which is also important to illustrate on, which some, not all, magazine ads, but the record label that they're linked to, I actually designed that myself on Word, and I kind of just got 2 R's in Bauhaus font, and 1 R is faced one direction and the other one I kind of rotated, and then I just kind of, you know, experimented with colour. I decided to go with orange for the logo for our record label that Hannah came up with, Riddle Records, and, you know, I experimented with, you know, embossing it, making it shiny, when you get a real detail of it. And then also on the bottom I've got the fact that it can be bought at H&B. And then with the Nirvana, on their magazine ad, they have on the bottom their websites, which people can also be connected with the artist. So with magazine ads, as much as it promotes the album, it also promotes elsewhere where you can, you know, buy it, learn more about the artist. So I had our artist website there, oliverfox.com. But I think I'm more in favour of the second magazine ad, just because of the background shot uses nature, and the fact that a lot of our music video does feature a lot of nature shots, you know, greenery, branches, stuff like that. So I thought this one, if I was to choose one of them, would be the strongest, because I feel like it deposits a lot of the character, deposits a lot of what has been done in the music video. It shows that he's an artist by, you know, having a guitar in the picture, and like the other one is kind of like, it looks like a kind of club distorted theme, but at the same time I feel like it does suit the name of the album. And also the image, I actually broke it up with these white lines. I don't know, I kind of just experimented and kind of found that it kind of worked. So I kind of just added a few more lines in different thickness to break up the image, and it kind of helped to also kind of separate, almost like a long profile picture of our artist, and then the information about the digipack and everything like that. So this is the second one, and the first one. You can comment on which one that you find is best or more suitable for the artist or the genre they're about.